Hi everyone! Today you're going to be taking the Olweus Bullying Questionnaire. And if you were a 3rd, 4th, or 5th grader last year, then you've taken one of these before. So what you're going to do is the first thing you do is put the date on it. You put the name of the school, and you guys can put DG Cooley or CES. That's kind of our code for our school. You're going to bubble in with a pencil what grade you're in, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. And you're going to choose a classroom number, letter, which your teacher will let you know what that is. I usually come into each class and read these to you because some of the questions are pretty tricky. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through the instructions for you, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about some questions that might trip you up. Okay? So first, you will find the questions in this booklet about your life in school. There are several answers below each question. Answer each question by filling in the circle next to the answer that best describes how you think or feel. I'm reading this right from your booklet. In question 1 below, if you really dislike school, fill in the circle next to I dislike school very much. If you really like school, fill in the circle next to I like school very much, and so on. Fill in only one of the circles for each question. Try to keep your marks inside the circle. So you're filling in one circle. Now, fill in the circle next to the answer that best describes how you feel about school. So you can do that now. How do you like school? Do you dislike school very much? I dislike school. I neither like nor dislike school. I like school, or I like school very much. So you're kind of on like a plane, and you're over here. One side is I dislike school, and the other side is I like school so much. So if you're in between, then you're towards the middle, okay? Now, if you fill in the wrong circle, you can change your answer like this. You put a little X through it. That's just if you made a mistake, okay? You don't have to do that for the ones that you don't want. All right? Put an X through the wrong circle and then fill in the circle where you want the answer to be. Now, do not put your name in this booklet. No one will know how you've answered these questions, but it's important that you answer carefully and tell how you really feel. Sometimes it's hard to decide what to answer. Just give it your best try. If you have questions, raise your hand. Most of the questions are about your life in school in the past couple of months. That is, the period from the start of let's say, when we came back maybe from Christmas break or spring break. That's even a better time period. So, how did you feel after spring break? How have things been going for you? So just think about the past few months. I know that's hard. Now, number 2, if you open your booklet, number 2 is a really hard question. Might be tricky. Are you a boy or a girl? We're just seeing what it looks like for boys versus girls in our school. Also, how many good friends do you have in your class? If you have no good friends, you're picking the first one. If you have 1 good friend, 2 to 3 good friends, so keep going down the list. Now, this is the part where sometimes it gets tricky. There are 2 big parts. You'll see in your book you have a gray area here, and this part is going to be about being bullied by other students. So let's say you're being bullied. That's how you're going to answer these questions all the way over to number 23. Okay, so all of those are about you being bullied. Okay, now once you get to 24 to the very end, which our last question will be 39, this is talking about when you bully other students. So this is also a survey about, have you ever bullied someone? Have you been a bully? Okay? And we talked about what bullying means and what picking means and things like that. So there has to be an imbalance of power in order to be bullied. It has to happen a lot more repeatedly, so over and over. Okay? All right. Now, going back to number 4, right before number 4, about being bullied by other students. Here are some questions about being bullied by other students. First, we'll explain what a bully is. We say a student is being bullied when another student or several other students say mean or hurtful things, or make fun of him or her, or call him or her mean or hurtful names. Completely ignore or exclude him or her from their group of friends, or leave him or her out of things on purpose. They might hit, kick, push, shove, or even lock them inside of a room. Tell lies or spread false rumors about him or her, or send mean notes and try to make other students dislike him or her, and do other hurtful things like that. When we talk about bullying, these things happen more than once, and it's difficult for the student being bullied to defend themselves, okay? We call it bullying when a student is teased more than just once in a mean or hurtful way. But we don't call it bullying when teasing is done in a friendly or playful manner. It's not bullying when two students of equal size or strength fight also. So that's just a fight between classmates, okay? Now, you're going to answer all the rest of the questions going through. You're going to read them, and they pretty much follow the same answer choices. How often have you been bullied at school in the past couple of months? That's question 4. So you have some answer choices, and those answer choices are going to stay somewhat the same. I have not been bullied at school in the past couple of months. And if bullying has never happened to you, then you're going to answer that one for the entire time that you're answering these questions, okay? So I have not been bullied at school in the past couple of months. It's only happened once or twice, 2 or 3 times a month, about once a week, or several times a week, okay? That's going to continue in the same kind of answer choice order, all right? Now, there are a couple of questions that sometimes kids like to giggle about, but they actually, this survey is actually used for students in all grades 3 through 12. So you'll see this for quite a few years, okay? And there are some times when bullying gets, it's very targeted or specific. So if you'll look quickly at number 11, I was bullied with mean names or comments about my race or color. What that means is that someone is picking on you because of your skin color or your ethnicity of some sort. So that can happen. It absolutely can happen. And so if that's happened to you, that's where you're going to answer to that question. That's a specific type of bullying, okay? That's called racism. Now, number 12 is a specific type of bullying as well. Number 12 says, I was bullied with mean names, comments, or gestures with a sexual meaning. Now, what that means is later in life, that's what, it's a kind of bullying, but it's called sexual assault or sexual abuse. And so if anyone is doing or saying anything about your private areas, so think about when you go to the beach and you wear a bathing suit, you cover up certain areas. Those are your private areas. So if someone is picking on you or saying mean or hurtful things or gestures like commenting, pointing, then you definitely, that's a type of bullying, a specific type. So those two things sometimes can confuse you. So I just wanted to take a minute to explain this to you a little better. Let me see if there's anything else. I know those two usually come up. Oh, and then also 12A, that's also a specific type of bullying called cyberbullying. So if this stuff is happening to you, you can definitely add that as well. And it's asking, where did it happen? On the phone, internet, or both ways. That's number 12A, so it kind of goes along with those. But I think the rest of them you guys have always done pretty well with. Now, just remember, when you get back to, when you get to the second part, the questions kind of sound the same, but remember, you're talking about yourself being a bully. So think about that. And then you're also going to be asked about if you've had any, if you've told someone at home or told an adult at school if you have been bullied. Okay? Other than that, I think you guys are good to go for reading it by yourself. I'm sorry I couldn't come into each of your classrooms this year like I normally do. I've been really busy, and hopefully this will help. And take your time and be honest. It helps our school. Thank you. Bye-bye.